Hello Taurus, I'm Kristi, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot, and this is your reading for the week ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates, please let me know by liking and subscribing. And yeah, let's get on with your reading. What's happening for the week ahead for Taurus? I make the weirdest facials sometimes. I just caught myself. Okay, wow, the sun. You have a lot of happiness coming straight away. The sun is the happiest card you could get, and you got it out. And the Ten of Cups, second happiest, pretty much the happiest as well, but just not major arcana, whereas the sun is major, this is minor. There is a lot of happiness in big ways and small ways this week for you. Taurus, okay, and this could be love as well. There's a lot of cups, there's a lot of feelings around. And the Two of Swords, but you might ruin it with overthinking. There's a lot of being trapped, but you're keeping yourself trapped, you're keeping yourself stuck in some way, you're keeping yourself bound. This could be to someone or to an idea of someone. You might be shutting yourself off to new love by keeping yourself trapped in the idea of someone from the past, or Ace of Cups is healing and it's new love coming, and you might be healing your overthinking. You might be healing your... Sometimes Two of Swords is like a little bit like she could take, if she put those swords down, she could take that blindfold off. Do you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have to have that blindfold on. So it's kind of like, out of protecting yourself, because that looks like protection, doesn't it? Out of protecting yourself, you've got very clouded about what you want and what makes you happy, and you've got very clouded about who's good for you as well. This could be friendship wise, you're around the wrong people, or you're not able to see which people are good for you. You're kind of just blocking yourself off to all of them. I don't know why that's coming through. And if it's not that, you might just be blocking yourself to the idea of someone in love being right for you. You're like trying to find reasons why someone isn't compatible, rather than actually figuring out if you like someone. As simple as that sounds, as easy as that is, it should be simple and it should be easy. Do you like them or don't you? Whereas you're like, what would my family think? Would they be liked? What about their job? Or what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? But if you like someone, that's all that matters. And then think about the rest later. Deal with the rest when it comes. You're a lot smarter than you realize, and it's like that's why you overthink so much, because there's so many thoughts going on. You're thinking so, it's almost like you might be somebody you're very smart your whole life, but you've always felt like you weren't. You always felt like you were the dumb one, or you always felt like you weren't. You've always felt a little bit behind, even if people told you were smart, or even if you did particularly well in school. It's like you still felt like you weren't as smart. And with the Two of Swords, you are very, very smart, and that might be why you come across dumb, or that might be why you come across as feeling a little bit behind, because you're so far ahead that you are almost like overlapping other people. So you're kind of like, they're having revelations or thoughts or conversations that you thought about 10 years ago, and you're like, oh. And you're like, you've just forgotten that you already kind of know the answers. And that's coming through, that's very specific. You've forgotten that you know the answers to something, and you've forgotten. You're very wise, some of you are very, very wise, but you've forgotten the advice. Also, you give good advice to other people, but you just don't take it. That's coming through too. Take your own advice. Twos are coming through. Twos are coming out a lot. So, Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, twice. 222. You might be seeing 222 a lot on the clock, and if that's not the case, there's just something here where you're juggling something. You're juggling the idea of someone. Somebody's juggling the idea of you. This could be very reciprocal energy. This could be very, especially with the twos here, it's very mirrored, very like similar. You and this person, if this is someone you're in a relationship with, or if you're single and you have someone in mind of like a situationship, there is kind of, I just want to tell you this is reciprocated, but I feel like you're not going to believe me. There's someone that you think doesn't feel the same, but they do. Anyways, what else? What else is going on? What's going on with Taurus? Six of Pentacles. Reciprocal energy. Equal give and take. Balance. Look at the scales. Six of Pentacles, actually, like, it's equal give and take. It's very fair. I knew it. I knew it. This is Okay, if you've been questioning someone's motives, if you've been questioning whether or not someone feels the same, it's completely reciprocated, and this might be exposed this week. There might be a little bit of fear of being seen on your part, or a little bit of fear of exposure in some way, but I'm getting that thing of like, the greatest risk is the best reward. I don't know why I just heard that. I've never said that in my life. I don't know if that's a quote, but there's something about risk versus reward, and you're gonna be like, oh, it's worth the risk. It's worth the risk. What's the worst that could happen? Like, I'll try. There's something that you're gonna try, or somebody's gonna think about that in the case of you and go, oh, I'll just try. What have I got to lose? Especially with Six of Pentacles, and then it's gonna be reciprocated. It's gonna be balanced. What else? Oh, that was loud. I think I just went slightly deaf. Ace of Swords. There's kind of... Oh my god, that's crazy. Sorry, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. Yeah, it's gone. I said there's gonna be something exposed. There's gonna be something that there's a little bit of fear of being seen, but something's gonna be exposed or something. I can't remember what I said. But with the Ace of Swords, this is clarity. This is a message coming in, but it's exposure. It's hearing what you want to hear. You're going to hear something that you've been waiting to hear, or that you've wanted to hear, or you're going to be the one communicating this to someone. It's like I'm hearing the cat's out of the bag. The cat's about to be out of the bag. And it's a win situation. It's a win-win for both of you with the Six of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords. It's very mirrored. And it's like, oh, okay. And there's a little bit of regret that you didn't communicate sooner, or that they didn't communicate sooner, or like you didn't connect sooner or something. Maybe you're meeting someone and you're like it's very playful energy, very happy, and it's like, why did we not know each other when we were younger? Or why did we not talk sooner? Because we get on so well. But there's some type of message, some type of communication, or just clarity in general from a conversation happening where you're going to be very, very happy, and it's going to feel like you're winning. Look at the crown there. Like, you're being crowned the winner. You feel like you've won in life this week. You're going to be like, oh, okay. Also, I'm hearing, how did I get so lucky? How did I get so lucky? Like, there's something where you feel like you've got a lucky break. There's something really lucky coming for you this week. What else is going on with Taurus? Funny. Okay, so you've had a lot of pain. I don't know why I'm smiling about it. I'm so sorry. My face just smiles sometimes. Let me just get rid of that. You've had a lot of pain. And with the Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, and now you have the Three of Swords, that might be why you were afraid to kind of... I just heard commit. This might be about committing to someone, or it's about something else, but there's a little bit of fear here of heartbreak, or being hurt, how you've been hurt in the past, or pain. You're very protective of your heart, and it's like that has been almost your downfall, is how protective you are of yourself, because it's blocked you out of a lot of, or you might fear that you've lost out on a lot of opportunities or a lot of love out of fear. But just know this all happened in divine timing, and it's gonna be this way. It was always gonna be that way. So just let it be. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about things you should change. Don't worry about experiences you've missed out on, because at the end of the day, you can't change that. So it's just like, you're moving forward now. You're not looking back at this pain anymore. You're moving on from this. And I also feel like this person's had similar experiences in some way. And this could even be self-inflicted pain. You might think about things from the past. You might think about things... I'm getting something about tattoos or something. You might have a tattoo that reminds you of something or someone. But... I don't know why I'm getting that. Anyways, what was I trying to say? You might think of things from your past that break your heart, and you just carry on doing it, and you carry on thinking about sad things and sad memories and things like that, like almost just to hurt your heart and to remind you why you don't want certain experiences to happen again. And it's time to stop doing that. It's time, also, I think you're moving on from that. You're kind of going, okay, I've had enough of that. That's not making me happy anymore. It's like your goal is happiness. And so because your goal is happiness, you're having to let go. I'm seeing you clearing your desktop or your computer and putting everything in the trash. But that's what you're doing with your thoughts. You're just like, nope, I don't even need to look at them. I just know that's all junk. You know, like when you spend all the time like checking if you need a file. Oh, I don't need that, put it in the trash, and then you check in something else. no, I don't need it, put it in the trash, put it in the trash, and you're deleting all your files on your computer really slowly. This isn't the case. You're kind of like aware of your thoughts and going, actually, this is all junk. This is all a mess. This is all fear. This is all overthinking. None of this stuff's gonna happen. Or this is all like based in me being afraid of past experiences repeating themselves. So I'm just gonna chuck them all in the bin. And you're not even checking them. You just select all, delete. And it's very beautiful energy. You're moving on. You're not looking in your rearview mirror. And it's giving you the energy and the time. Also like the mental clarity. I feel like you spend a lot of your time in the past thinking. And you wouldn't do anything. Like almost like what's that thing? Like something daydreaming, maladaptive daydreaming or something. That's not the correct word, but there's a word like that. Starts with an M, but it's a long word. I'm gonna say maladaptive. That's not it at all, but maybe it is. I don't know. But it's like something like that, daydreaming. And I think where you spend a lot of time, but it's not daydreaming. You're just thinking and thinking and thinking all the different things that could happen. And you're going to stop doing that. You're going to move on from that and you're going to heal that. You're just like, no, you're going to be very much more present and in the physical reality, especially this week. You might be like going to the gym, or there's just something where you're grounding yourself in nature. I'm seeing someone hula hooping or just spending more time in the sun, and you're going to be very, very happy from doing that. You really need to spend more time in the sun in some sense. Or try to. It depends where you are in the world. I have a horrible habit of thinking everybody's in the same country as me, in the same season, but if you're in a sunny country, in a warm country right now, make the most of the sun. I feel like everybody should be I don't know, I don't want to assume you could live in Antarctica. But anyways, what else? What else is going on? Two of Cups. Soulmate union. There is a soulmate union. And I don't know if this is this week, but there's something happening between you and someone this week. Page of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Somebody's defending their cause or defending their actions. It could be you. I'm not sure. It's an energy here. I think it's you. Offering something. You want to offer someone something. You want to say something, but you're doing it very smartly and you're ready to kind of explain it or defend yourself. Almost like, I don't know, this could be something tiny because the Page of Pentacles is the page. So it's not the Knight of Pentacles, not the Queen, it's not the King, it's the page. It's the least, it's the youngest, it's the most littlest. So something new, something young, being born with someone. That was a weird thing to say, maybe you're pregnant, but it's something, being born, why do I keep saying that? A relationship might be starting between you and someone, but it's very new, and it might be that sense of, do I message back? Oh, should I wait 10 minutes? Should I wait a bit longer? Or I don't want to seem too keen. It might be that energy of, oh, can I double text? Or is it too soon? I'm just getting that, so it must be a little bit new for some of you. And if it's not, if you're in a relationship, I'm sorry, I don't know how that would relate at all, apart from maybe you saying like, Page of Pentacles, maybe you're saying I want a little bit more effort. Like, or you're saying, there might be something where you say something and you go, oh, I don't know why, I see someone saying something a bit bold, but then explaining it away, like, oh, sorry, I was drunk, or I was tipsy, or you have something prepared in case it doesn't go your way. Or if you're reaching out to someone for the first time, and you have someone in mind, you're reaching out, it's like you have an idea about how you're going to back out quickly if it doesn't go your way. Hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And then you go, and they leave you on read or something. You're like, if they leave me on read, it's all right. I'll just say I sent it to the wrong person, or I'll just unsend it, or I'll just back out and delete it and pretend it didn't happen. I don't know. It's like you have like a getaway plan of like, I don't know, like even if this is like a message, if you work with someone and you like them, it's like you're dropping a note off with your phone number, and then you go, oh, and you kind of like run for it. You're like, I'll do it on my way out. I'm leaving work early. I'm walking past his or her desk. So I'm just gonna like quickly put it on and then I'll be straight out the door again, so I don't have to worry about their reaction. I don't know, there's something about a quick getaway plan after doing something. I'm just hearing run, like that song. I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's a song, I don't know what it's called though, and the one word in it, it's like run. I don't know what that song is, but that's what I'm getting. It's kind of funny. It's funny energy. It's funny because I just think that it's also a little bit like childish, but in a good way. It's lighthearted, it's fun, it's like you're nervous, but you don't really need to be. Anyways, what else? I'm gonna get you a couple more cards. What's happening this week? What else should you look forward to? 10 of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. 9 of Swords. Again, with the fear. And keeping yourself, oh sorry, that's 9 of Swords, not 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is keeping yourself trapped in fear. 9 of Swords is fear of the past repeating itself, which I've already said 100 times to you, because I was saying that for 2 of Swords. It's almost like you're afraid of fear. You're afraid of being afraid, Taurus. There's something you're afraid of, and you'd rather kind of think about it first and see every possible thing and hurt yourself in so many ways than just experience one in the physical reality. Like, if this is you being afraid of rejection because you've been rejected in the past, you're like, well, I'm going to try and figure out all the ways, all the things they're going to say, all the things they could respond. I'm going to think about it and think about it and think about it. Instead of just trying to reach out to someone or something, you're thinking of all the bad ways something could go. And if this is you wanting to apply for a job and you're worried about being rejected, it's like you're going to think about every different way that all the different ways this is going to suck if it doesn't go your way. And it's like, just see it when it comes. Just take it as it comes, because otherwise you're hurting yourself twice. And maybe even more than that, because you're thinking about like hundreds of different possibilities. If something doesn't work out, I feel like you are very strong and you're very smart and you're very capable of handling it, but you forget that. You've forgotten that. You're just like, you see yourself as very sensitive, and I think you are sensitive to a degree, but you also aren't looking at the opposite side to you, the yin to the yang. We all have the dark and the light to us, and so you're paying a lot of attention and very zoomed in on trying to protect your heart because you're very sensitive, but you've forgotten that as sensitive as you are, that you're also that amount of strong, if that makes sense. So the people that seem very sensitive are also very, very strong. And the people that seem very strong, the people that come across very like loud and they've got their crap together, they know what they're doing, nothing bothers them, they're usually weak in a way. They just look like the outside, it's to cover up the fact that they don't focus on how sensitive they are on the inside. They're ignoring it. Whereas you're very zoomed in and you're like, don't hurt me, I'm sensitive. Or you're just very aware of your feelings or how careful you need to be. And because of that, you've forgotten. You've spent too much time worrying about protecting yourself, is what I'm trying to say, rather than looking at things of, I can handle it. You can handle it, Taurus, you can. There's something about a warrior mentality of you just being like, I don't know, there's something about a sword. You might have a sword tattoo, or you're going to get one, but it's just like, this is just this need of this mentality of you going, oh, I can handle any battle I go into. Why wouldn't I? Also, with the Wheel of Fortune and 10 of Wands, you've been in a phase of things being very heavy. Now, I'm getting something about the gym again, but that won't be for everyone. And it's like, but I'm just going to use it. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. Bear with me. Say you've gone to the gym and you've just started and everything's really, really, really heavy. You're now about to enter this phase of, it was heavy because your muscles weren't strong enough. Now you're strong enough and everything's going to be easy. You're lifting weights and you're like, oh, this is light. Now I need to go to the next level. There's something where, and it won't be the gym for everyone. It's going to be different things, but it's going to be like there's been some struggle. A lot of struggle with the 10 of Wands. You've been struggling. This could be something about running. There's something about exercise, but it won't be for all of you. If it's not exercise, if it's not the gym, this could just also be about you exposing yourself or putting your heart on the line, right? That's going to be really hard to begin with. But that's going to change very quickly into going, oh, this is actually easy now. It's only going to be hard the first couple of times. So there could be also like a need to open up or a need to talk or a need to, ask for help in some way or need to ask for advice. And the first time is going to be the hardest. Which once you've done it first time, it's just something about one conversation. It's going to be very hard. But from then on, it's going to be very, very easy for you. And you're going to be very, very happy and proud of yourself that you had the courage to say that first thing. Because from then on out, here on out, with the Wheel of Fortune, it's flipping. The Wheel of Fortune is good luck. It's things working in your favor. And it's also like things turning around and good karma. And I think, oh my god, I'm pulling the finger. I'm so sorry. Please don't be offended. The Wheel of Fortune is things coming around. So if you've been given a lot and things have seemed very heavy and stressful, that's now coming back around for you. And it's like, oh, everything's easy. Why is everything so easy? Because you're going to be like going downhill. You're flowing downstream instead of paddling upstream. And it's going to feel good because of the contrast. There's something about contrast, there's something about black and white, and there's also something about tattoos, and it won't be significant for everyone, but it's just a sign if you've been wondering if it is your reading, and it might be a little bit of extra clarification for you. But yeah, it's this contrast of, because of how hard things have been up until now, everything's going to flow so much easier. I'm seeing someone go down a slide, or like the luge or something, or skiing, but it's something about going downhill, and you're like, oh, this is easy. Because you've spent so long walking up a mountain, you spent so long on a hike or something, that everything from now on is easy, it's downhill. And this could be actually not as heavy as I'm saying, I'm very dramatic. This could be you going on a literal hike this week. You could walk up a mountain, and on the way down it's a lot easier. It could be a lot more literal than I'm making it out to be, but it doesn't have to be. I'm going to wrap your reading up here. I hope you have an amazing week. And as always, if anything I said resonated, please let me know by liking and subscribing. And I'll see you next Tuesday for Tiny Turtle Tarot Tuesdays.